Welcome everyone to this month's live YouTube channel review. If you're interested in getting this done for your channel, then join my private Facebook group. I have it linked up in the top of the chat there, and I'll also put it, once the video's over, I'll put it as a pinned comment at the top there. So the big thing we're doing here is going over various channels, going to look at the overall layout of your page, the types of videos you're doing, some suggestions perhaps on what you could do to improve those things. So I'm gonna make sure, okay, cool. Just making sure sound's working over there. So before we get going, I also want to point out that I'm going to be doing a giveaway again here in the next few days. Going to be recording the video soon, and it is going to be not a phone, but a mobile filmmaking setup. So, for example, we have the Rode video mic. It's basically like a video mic go right here. So you have a better microphone with a dead cat. You don't have to use that. Like when I'm indoors, I usually don't use this, but outside, if there's any kind of wind, you definitely want to have it. So this thing plugs right into your phone, and if you have a case on it, then you can tighten or loosen it to make sure it holds on well. So right there, you have this little tripod with a movable head, and then you have a light on top, and this thing is bright. Ready? It gets even brighter. So see that? Pretty bright right there. And so you got a light, a microphone, and then tripod. And I use this tripod all the time, even when I'm not doing this, not filming something. Like I'll just put my phone on here when I'm working out, and I'll put YouTube videos on and listen to them, watch them. It's really easy because this thing tilts all over. And the whole point of doing this is because I have so many people tell me that they want to start a YouTube channel, but they can't because they need a good camera. And that is not true. I'm going to be doing a interview with another YouTuber soon who's coming up on 100,000 subscribers, who has used his iPhone and then a GoPro or a few GoPros, and has built his channel just on that, never upgrading to better cameras with lenses and microphones and all that, because it makes more sense not to for what he does. So don't let the camera be an excuse. Use what you have and start now. It's better to get your foot in the door and get started rather than wait and wait. And if you haven't started your YouTube channel yet and you want to, you'll realize once you get going, I wish I had just started a long time ago. So just keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be posting that soon. I'm going to be giving multiple ones away. This is the one specifically for the iPhone, but if you have an Android or some other type of phone, they have other versions too. So when the winners are picked, I'm going to check which kind of phones they have and then get the one corresponding to that person. Once again, if you're just joining in, well, I'm going to be putting out a video, Kenny, just to let you know how to enter it. It's going to be random drawings. I'm not going to be just picking who I want. So you'll have the same chance as everyone else, but I'm going to be giving multiple ones away. So to get into this, once again, for those just joining, I have up at the top of the chat link there for my Facebook group. If you want to join that, I have to approve it, which I'll go through and approve everyone who requests to join after this video is over. But we are going to, I'll show you what the group looks like here. Right here, this is my Camber Motion community video. We've got, or Facebook group, we've got over 500 members now, and basically it's a place where other people we can answer questions, ask questions, check things out, where people can share videos sometimes and comment, give feedback on all kinds of other stuff. And then I do these every so often where I review channels, and then people can put their name in the hat. And we just have 4 people for today, so I'm gonna get started into it right now. First off is Ed Legenda, not sure, let's check this out. Okay, so right off the bat, we've got 199 subscribers. We have a channel trailer, so that's good. First impressions are good. Coming down here, you got uploads. So first thing right off the bat on your main page, obviously the name's Vintage Custom Car, so it's obviously, okay, that's what this is. But this is fine, your channel art, but a lot of times just having some kind of writing up here is good, just so, you know, it depends on, like, to say what about vintage custom cars are you doing, like reviewing cars or just showing clips of cars, that type of thing. For example, I'll just pull up, you see my speed test here. I just got a Wi-Fi extender up in my office, so it says I have plenty of speed here, so if this lags like it's been doing lately, I'm gonna be irritated. Anyways, that is a separate topic. So I'm gonna go to my channel here. So right here, I've got, this changes based on if you're new or if you're a returning viewer. But like here, learn filmmaking from scratch. That's what I put on mine. And on my fitness one, I have, it says fit for life. Hey Jimmy, if you want to get reviewed, there's a link right up above where you left your comment where you can request to join my Facebook group. And the next time I do one of these, you can get put in the hat to get reviewed. So coming back to yours, I would add some more things to the front page here, different playlist options. For example, on mine, the one thing I always like to tell people to have first is popular uploads. So if someone is coming to your channel rather than just clicking on a video for the first time, like maybe you shared your channel or something, all of your highest viewed videos will be there first. So it just makes it look like even more people are watching your channel. So like here, 450,000, 275, and then down from there. So I like to put popular uploads first, and then I have different playlists that I put under that. Like these ones are the type of videos that make the most money for me as far as people buying gear and getting commissions and that type of stuff. So I want to have that there. This is basically one where starting from scratch, you know, you can come in here and then watch and learn what you need to know to use your camera for video and so on. So I have different playlists there, featured channels that I like, other filmmakers, and then some shorts. So you don't have to have that many, but I would suggest having a little bit more. So if someone is just exploring your page, then you can get on here and see what, morning review. You can see, you know, have different options to choose from, and definitely like I'm gonna come to your videos now and sort by most popular. So like this, all these ones, 3,000, 2,900, since those are the most viewed ones, then other people are probably gonna click on them because they're doing something right, whether it's title, thumbnail, that type of stuff. So just, you wanna take every opportunity you can to get people to watch your videos. And speaking of videos, let's look at some titles and thumbnails. So, hottest classic car to drive in 2021. I like what you did here with the title too. Like a lot of people would just put like this, 68 Volkswagen Carmagia, air-cooled culture, but then like this, hottest classic car to drive in 2021. That piques my interest looking at it, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and like everyone's video. Sorry, it's gonna kill your video's watch time with my view, but you know, this is for educational purposes. So let's come down here. Oh, for sure, one thing I suggest doing is, looks like you've done, but reply to every single comment that people leave on your videos, because as far as the algorithm is concerned, every time someone comments, whether that's you or someone else, that is engagement with your video. So if you have 10 comments on your video and you reply to all of them, well then guess what? Now you have twice as much engagement on your video. You have to excuse me, I have a little lingering cough after having the cove. But anyways, the other thing is I always try to answer, if it makes sense, answer someone's question with another question. Now, I might answer their question and then ask something else to them, or answer them with a question if I need more clarification to properly answer the question, but then that way they answer you back. You start a conversation there, and then people also see that, hey, this person interacts. I get comments all the time like, wow, I can't believe you commented. But to me, I mean, that's what I want my channel to be about, is helping people as much as I can. If I start getting, you know, thousands and thousands of comments on my videos, when I put them out, it's gonna be a lot harder. But when you can, I would suggest doing it. So, video tags is a big one. So obviously you have tags in there. A lot of people don't put any, but when it comes to your videos, the way YouTube knows who to show your stuff to, especially when you're new and no one knows who you are, the best way to get your video seen is by putting out content that people search for. So for example, like you got your title in there, that's good, but just stuff like this, cool cars, cool car, vintage car, yeah, that works, but like this, stance. If someone typed in stance into the YouTube search bar here, look, most of the stuff coming up is like breakdancing type of stuff, and then some cars. We have some boxing stuff. So the chances of you ranking for those, like this person has 64,000 subscribers. This one's 400,000. The chance of your video ranking above theirs for that keyword, not very likely. So maybe if you put something like Volkswagen Carmen Ghia stance, that's a lot more, what's the word? I just forgot. Specific, there we go, a lot more specific. So when you put that in, when someone, not as many people will search for that, but if someone searches for this, you won't get seen for sure, but when someone does search for that, you're much more likely to get your video seen. So that is an important thing to keep in mind when you're doing your video tags. You want to make sure they're specific enough to what your video is about to get it seen. And I'm gonna start making some more videos, live ones as well. Like I might just pick one person's video and show how I go through with my SEO and how I would do it for their video. And then that'll be helpful for you guys as well. And then also in here, oh, do you have an actual business? It says the car is sold. I'm guessing this is for business, so that's good. Using YouTube to help with your business, but you definitely want to have a little section here. It could be at the very end, even after your follow stuff, with like, you want to take your keywords that you found and put that, as many of them, into a short little paragraph as you can. For example, I'll show you one of my recent videos. If I can find my own videos. Here we go. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, like right here, you can see all my keywords. Sony a7C versus a6600, all these different things. Best cameras for filmmaking. And try to be really specific. And if you notice, I've replied to every single comment on here. And if you go to like my highest viewed videos still, every time a new comment pops on my phone, I try to answer them. But here, when it comes to beginner filmmaker cameras, figuring out which is the best 4K camera for filmmaking in 2020 can be difficult. Quit talking, dude. I'm trying to talk. But you see these things like Sony a6600 versus a7C, a Sony a7C price, Sony a6600, best 4K camera for filmmaking 2021. All those are in here. You don't want to just put those all in it without having some kind of sentence form to it, because you do that, that's against YouTube's terms of service. But if you put them in a way that just looks like a paragraph that makes sense, and that's fine, and that helps the algorithm know what's this video about, who do I need to show it to, blah, blah, blah. So just things to think about with those. It's good that you're doing tags in the first place, but you also want to make sure that those tags, the ones that people are searching for too, are included in your title as much as possible. But like I said, your title is pretty good, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Let's check the comments real quick. How to have the stats on the side. I am using, what's it called? vidIQ, just the free version. So it shows, you look at someone else's video, it'll show all the stats for them. That's cool. Oh, you build and sell cars. That's awesome. Let's see. So thumbnails. Thumbnails is one of the toughest things to get right. You got to figure out what works for your genre, what people are looking for. I'm still working on it, changing up mine every so often to see what works. But even this one, I might put something like, the 68 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia up here across the top in like block letters, or maybe if you could figure out what kind of font Volkswagen uses for their logo, use that type of font. Just little things like that, because then obviously the people that are looking at vintage cars are going to see that, but then other people might not know what that is, and then the name pops up and it just gets their attention too. So you want to just think of, this is a good picture, but you want to think of ways to make it even more engaging to get someone to pick on it. And a lot of times having a person, it depends on what your video is about and what your goal is, but having a person, someone's face in it helps, because people just feel a connection to other people. Like with this one, how to ride classic car, Volvo, Amazon, with someone in the car, that just your attention's automatically drawn to a person's face, as opposed to, this one right here, this Volvo. So, yeah, just And when you're thinking of your titles, thinking of what people are searching for as well, since your channel is newer and doesn't have as many people following it yet. So get some different, I'm gonna try to see these without actually clicking on them so I don't kill your watch time. Like this studio presentation, vintage custom cars, home. Not a lot of people are probably gonna be searching for that. So just thinking of a way that might get people's attention more. Like barn find from New York, 69 MGB. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have a lot more. You could, add something else in there as well. Just as far as if you look at what keywords you think are gonna help rank for that people are searching for, a way to put that in. It's a little bit harder for me because I don't know much about the car genre as far as on YouTube and what people are searching for. But I use vidIQ and keywords everywhere. But for example, I'm just gonna put in Volkswagen, like I was talking about before, Carmen Ghia stance. So there, you put it right there, and that's something that people search for. You put just the word stance, your video is going to get lost in those results. Whereas this one, you're a lot more likely. And these are keywords everywhere that shows this. So you can do this and see what people search for right here, but then these show the most searched things and how often they're searched as well when you're going through. So like Carmen Ghia Porsche engine, Carmen Ghia commercial for sale, that'd be a good one. I didn't see if you had that in there, but that could be helpful. All right, we're gonna move on because I could talk about this forever. I'm gonna start doing some videos in particular with tags and titles to help you guys out with that. So playlists, that's good. You have playlists. The more playlists you can make, the better, because if someone clicks on one of those and gets hooked with that topic, then they keep watching. That's only gonna help your watch time in your channel. So channels, I'm kind of torn here. You don't have to have something here, but if there are channels you like to watch, I would definitely put them in there just so that there's something on each of these tabs, because I just like to have something there since there's an option to have that. So discussion, yeah, this is good. This isn't a great tab until after you have 1,000 subscribers, where you can post something and then all your subscribers will see that post and then they interact with it. And this is where you interact with that type of stuff. Like come back here and show real quick. It turns into a community tab. So before it's discussion, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, it changes to community, and then you make a post and then people can comment and do stuff on those posts. So you can put stuff there every so often, but at this point it's kind of useless from what I've seen. And then about, so we have what your channel's about, new videos every Tuesday. So that's something you could put up here too. Like for example, you could put like restore, sell, I don't know, something about lifestyle, I don't know, just something there. And then on this side you could put, new videos every Tuesday, because I like to tell people to have stuff in this about section, but at the same time, most people probably don't go to the about section unless it's like a company that's wanting to get in touch with you for a collaboration type of thing. So, are we on time? 18 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, it can't hurt to have some stuff, telling more about your channel up in the picture, since this picture, I'm pointing like you can see, but this picture is on every page, so it's helpful. So you have email address, that's good. Location, that's cool. Links here. Just remember with the links, whichever link you have first is going to be big like this. So say you had your website link and you wanted that to be what people see up there, have that listed first under your links, and then that will show bigger here. Like I have on my Camber Films channel, I have my website for that up first because I wanted leads for filming weddings when I was still doing that. And then on my fitness channel, I think I have Instagram first because I put a lot of stuff there and I'm trying to build that up too. So this is good layout overall for the channel. The main things I would say is definitely add some more options here. I would start with popular uploads, like I said, and then if it makes sense to have a person in the shot, that can be helpful too. This with cars too, it's difficult. Like these are some cool shots with this one here and here, but depending on what the video is about, you know, do it make sense. But I think it's pretty good overall. So keep doing what you're doing, just, you know, little tweaks you can make and then see how that affects your videos and the performance of them. So next up, let's look at Michelle, and I've actually gone over hers before, so we're going to see what it looks like now. So channel trailer, good, right off the bat. We have up here, Exploring Johann Sebastian Bach is the channel. Sorry people, still that cough. So we've got this up here. When I first click on it, I think the goal is you're looking to get musicians here, and I took piano for like 10 years when I was a kid, so I recognize that, but other people might not. So I don't know, I might, you know, put a piano somewhere, some musical notes on the other side, something like that. But obviously that's what you want to do. But this is, people see your name right here and it shows, okay, there's a piano and a person, so it's definitely about music. But then also up top is really going to show what your channel's about, and you can have some writing up there and stuff too. Like with this, the house, I'm guessing maybe that's where he lived at one point. I don't know. So you can always make it more clear. So same thing here as I said with the last channel. Okay, Jethalal, have a good day if you're leaving. I would definitely have more options here for people, and I would start with most popular uploads, so that, like I said here with mine, the first thing people see is videos that have the most views on your channel, and then other things that you want people to click on, playlists preferably, because if someone clicks on the playlist, then they see video after video and they stay in there hopefully, and that helps you with more watch time. I don't know why I'm still clicking on mine. Let's go back here. So same as before. And it's good we have a channel trailer here. Let's move on to videos. So 1 week ago, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So it looks like about one video every month. So if you can try to double that to one video every 2 weeks, that's gonna be helpful. Because one of the biggest things with YouTube, a lot of people say, is consistency, which is true, but you can make a great video, but no one's gonna see it if the algorithm doesn't know how to pick it up. If you might stumble on just the right title, just the right thumbnail without doing any keywords or any of that stuff, but it is a lot harder to get your stuff seen. So I would say learning all the keywords and tags and titles, thumbnails is the most important, and then consistency in doing that is the next most important. So let's look at this from a week ago. Once again, sorry, I'm stopping videos here and hurting the watch time. So as I said before, whenever someone comments, reply to their comment. That is one of the easiest ways to up the engagement on your video. So I would definitely do that. So let's look at some tags here. So like this, as we said before, with getting lost in search results, like here we have piano, F minor, Baroque. So let's look what happens when we type in piano here. Piano. Probably Piano Guys or something like that's gonna pop up. So 900,000 subscribers, 4 million subscribers, 52,000, 280,000. All these are, I mean, piano is such a vague or broad keyword that you will never get found if someone searches piano. So you have to think about, what is this video about? Okay, it is Prelude in F minor, BWV 857. So maybe put that in there, like piano prelude in F minor, and it makes a longer keyword, so then it links that to piano. So if someone searches for that, it's just more options, more likely to get seen. So the same thing for all these, like Baroque, that's a very vague one. Keyboard, same thing. F minor. If people are searching those things, you're not going to get seen. So you want to go in, and I'm going to copy this real quick and put that in the search. Prelude in F minor. So you see this, if you can forget about the keywords here that pop up, the rankings. This all would still pop up if you just go and type that in to the search results, so you can see what people are searching for. Prelude in F minor Bach. Okay, there's a tag for me. Prelude in F minor Rachmaninoff. Well, it's not one of him playing, but it still has to do with your video, and because it is Prelude in F minor. So you want to be careful with which ones you choose, obviously. Like Bach, Prelude in F minor, Book 2. And I don't know as much about these songs or these collections, but you would. So when you type it in, it would make sense for what you can use for that. And right here, I never put in the what's it called, the location, just because I want to have on my videos right here, I want these 3 tags to show up, because those are just more helpful for your stuff, and people click on those. And I always put my name, my channel name as one of them. But whenever you put the location, that trumps those hashtags, so they won't be there. So if you want the hashtags to be there to help with search, then I would definitely not put in your location. So I think we've gone over that enough. Let's see here. Prelude, keyboard composition written by Sebastian Bach. So you do have some of the keywords, it looks like, in there, like keyboard. You have his name, and I don't see the name of the song. I mean, you have the BWV here, but you want to have the full, at least parts of your full title, like here, as a keyword, and then maybe have this as a keyword. So is this part of the title too? Okay, I didn't realize this because I don't speak Japanese, but that makes sense for what you're doing, because you're in Japan too, so you're trying to get more people, English and Japanese. So that's helpful. So, and I see you have that in both languages, so you just want to make sure you do have as many of those keywords as makes sense to put in a little paragraph to help with getting your stuff found. So looking at my first thought seeing this thumbnail is it's just way too busy. Too many words, and they're all small, because you got to think about when you're sitting there working on your thumbnail, whether that's on Photoshop or whatever, you're looking at it on a big screen, so everything makes sense to you. You know what your video is about, you know where you want to go with it, but you got to try to put yourself in someone else's shoes and think, what about someone looking at it on a phone, or like this on a computer where it's a small little thumbnail? Like these ones at the top, I can barely read what most of that is. So you want to have as little text, you want to have some text most of the time, but you want to have as little text as possible, so that was loud, so that you can make the text bigger and it catches someone's attention. You don't want it to say exactly what your title says, but you want it to have to do with that. Just remember, we're trying to get people's attention and get them to click. So if they don't click, then it's all for nothing. So I get why you have the piano there, but at the same time, I might have taken the, or it might be a keyboard, taken the keyboard, done it sideways like the one next to it, and then just have maybe choose one of these to put in there. Number 12 Prelude or Well-Tempered Book across the top bigger. So maybe you could put his picture, the piano across the bottom, his picture in the top left here, and then bigger words with less text, and then this above the piano, because it's really busy. Like most of these thumbnails are, like this one here, that's super busy and hard to read at all. And a lot of times people see that, if they don't know what it's about immediately, they're just going to scroll right past it. So hi, good to have you here. So it's hard, I mean, especially when you know where you're going with it, it's hard to put yourself in someone else's shoes. But like I try to, on my channel here, I keep coming back to this because using my own examples are the easiest thing for me. Like here, beginner cameras, and then 2020. And I use that style a lot because that was one of my videos that did really well. So I did the same thing for 2021. I did similar styles for that. Like here, 7 tripod tricks. Like it's part of my title, but I'm not putting the whole title in there. Just something that gets your attention, like this crop factor. And I have a camera with showing different sensor sizes, and this is a bad one because I just used a screenshot, but like this, frame in a frame, and I was holding a frame. Leading lines, I like doing big block letters and small text, like here, focal length, and then I have pictures to show what someone's face looks like. So you get the idea. Big text with few words, just so that you catch someone's attention. So next up, playlists. No playlists, so you definitely want to make some playlists there. Like looking at this, you could have Johann, Sebastian, Bach, different things in one. You can have like this, inventions, number 1, 2, 4. You could have those in their own playlist. You just want to have something there, so then you can also add that to your home page here and have more options for people to choose from, and hopefully keep watching your videos and stay on your channel. Same thing like I said in the last one, channels. You don't have to put something here, but I like to have something on every tab so that if people are looking at your channel, then they have something to look at. Discussion, once again, this is kind of useless till you get over 1,000 subscribers, but putting comments in here every so often, like maybe set a timer once a week on your phone and you write something in there, and who knows, maybe some of your audience will see it and interact with your channel. And then about, welcome to this channel. You tell what it's about. You have the same thing in Japanese, so that's cool. I would add more stuff in there, like if you have other social media like Facebook, Instagram, then they'll pop up here. Like you see this, the thing I have on here, I want people to join my Facebook group, which once again, everyone, if you want to get your channel reviewed, at the top of the chat, I have a link to my private Facebook group. People here who are in the group can hopefully attest to that it's a good group. We've got over 500 people in there now, and people can ask questions all the time and help each other out. And there's things that I might not know about certain cameras that someone else knows, and it's just a good way for people to help each other. And then we do stuff like this, and I try to find ways to help you guys improve your channels and do better with your videos on a more personal level, because there are a lot of subscribers on my channel now. But I have that listed first. When you come to my About section, that's the first thing I have listed: join Camber Motion Facebook group. And then I have Instagram, Twitter on there, and visit my website. So you definitely want to have something there that links to other social media platforms that you have, so people can follow you in other places. And then, you know, you might share your video on Instagram too, and then you're building up a following there. So then people, if maybe the algorithm stinks and didn't show your video to your own subscribers, they might have seen it, you post it through Instagram, and then click on a link and come to Facebook. So every avenue you have, you want to take. But I think that is about it for this channel, so we'll be moving on to the next one. We got 2 more. And once again, if you want to get your channel reviewed in the next go around, then go ahead and click on the link at the top of the chat, and you can join my Facebook group. I'm going to approve all of those once I get done with this video. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for anyone who's joining now, because I'm tired of always getting comments, people saying, I can't start a YouTube channel until I get a good camera. I need to have a $2,000 camera with a $2,000 lens and a good microphone and lights and all this stuff, when all you need is a cell phone. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway with multiple versions of these. We have a tripod, microphone with a dead cat, and a light. This thing is great. I use this all the time, just watching videos while I'm working out, all kinds of stuff. And I'll have a video on that probably early next week to show you how to get your name put in for the drawing for one of those. So you will be able to have some better equipment for your phone and use what you have. And if you guys missed earlier, I'm going to be doing a video, not sure when yet, hopefully by the end of this month, but interviewing another YouTuber friend of mine who's almost to 100,000 subscribers, and he did it all with his cell phone and a GoPro. So you don't need special equipment. Use what you have. Don't make excuses, or else you will always keep making excuses. So let's move on. We have Fawn, Myra, Home. All right, right off the bat, first thoughts. We have your name, so that's obvious, Fawn Myra. Then at the top, looks like that's probably your signature, I'm guessing. that you put on the computer, and video editing tips. So right off the bat, I know what your channel's about, because a lot of times when people just have their name, then especially with my name, Camber Motion, like what the heck is that? The reason I use that is because I have a separate channel that's Camber Films, and that was my business that I got clients through, and I wanted to make this tutorial version, so I was like, oh, motion pictures type of thing, but I don't want to have it that long, so I just did it shorter. Which is part of the reason why I have this Learn Filmmaking from Scratch, so people know what it's about when they click on it. So I think that's a really clean setup. It looks good. Your banner right there, I know what it's about right off the bat, so good job there. Now, I like that you have a channel trailer here. That's good. We have uploads and created playlists. So like I said on the other channels, I would definitely go in and set this up. I'll show real quick how this looks. So you go to customize channel, and right here, featured sections. So I always put popular uploads first because I want people to see, and I'm saying these things over and over again because new people are coming in and going and all that stuff. And the more you hear stuff, the more likely you are to do it. So popular uploads, people see the videos that have the most views when they first come to your channel. So even if you were a smaller channel, but maybe you had 1,000 subscribers, but you had a few videos that have been taken off and getting a lot of views, those will be all the ones that show there first, and it makes your channel look even better to a new person. And then after that, I try to put all playlists so that if someone clicks on that, they hopefully will stay in that playlist and keep watching more videos. And then I have a featured section just to break up all these videos here, and then shorts if you have that. So I would definitely add some more here to make sure that you have more options for things to look at, starting with the popular uploads first. So next up, videos. I already like what I'm seeing for your thumbnails because there's a consistent theme as far as your faces in all of them. Like I said, people feel a connection to someone. Plus, when someone sees your video, they're gonna know right off the bat that that's you, it's your video, because you don't always look at who made the video, but you recognize the person. So if you can put yourself in your videos, that's always helpful. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Oh, cool, your entire channel cell phone equipment, that's good. I'm glad to see that someone is using what they have, so great job there. Reef stash. So let's look, we have, I'm just gonna click on your newest one. Actually, this one's getting my attention here, so I'm gonna click on that. So, free music for YouTube, top free websites that copyright and royalty-free background music, which is a good topic because a lot of people, I'm gonna go ahead and like your video here. A lot of people are starting out on YouTube, so this is the kind of thing that a lot of people are gonna search when they realize they can't just put any kind of music they want in their videos. So great topic for people to see. So I see you replied. That's good. Once again, I reply to every single comment. You want as much engagement as possible. So let's check out tags. So Movavi Video Suite, how to use it, how to beginner's video editor. I like how you add the year to these because that's one way, even with like beginner's video editor 2021, something like that. It just helps. The more specific you can get, the more likely you are to get your channel seen in the mix of everyone else. So these aren't bad options. Tags here. So definitely good job there. You want to make sure, like I said, that you have like this in there, free music for YouTube. And see all of them, but you want to make sure that that is in there. Like, okay, you do have it, free music for YouTube, good. So I'm gonna put that into here and see what comes up. Like here, free music for YouTube videos, you can add that. Free music for YouTube videos, no copyright, without copyright. Just these are all the different versions that people are searching. So if you get all those, you're more likely to rank for those things and get your video seen. And what I mean by rank, let me show you real quick with this one. So Okay, I say that and now it's not showing anything on here. But I'm gonna go to YouTube Studio. Actually, I don't know what I'm thinking here. Hold on. Sorry, people. I clicked on the wrong video, that's why. I meant to click on my memory card one. So let's go back to my channel. Here, popular uploads. Finally, there we go. Back when my lighting wasn't nearly as good. Like I said, use what you got. If you look on this, you'll see that I have responded to like every single comment on here. And it's mostly what camera should I get for my, or what memory card should I get for my camera, when the whole video is telling you how to determine that. But that's, I just got water in my eye. That's 2,200 comments that well, I guess half of that, half of those comments are mine. So I've done over 1,100 replies on this video. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat here to see if there's anything I need to answer. So looking at here, choosing the right memory card, ranked number 1. Choosing the right, or SD card, the right memory card, number 1. What the symbols on SD cards mean. So basically, you see all those numbers, if you type it in, it's saying that I rank number 1 and number 2 for most of these things. So that's what's gonna get your video seen more and more and help with the algorithm. Like, you see this SEO rank 96.8 out of 100. A lot of my other ones are like 40 to 50 when they don't do as well. So those kind of things can really make a difference. Like on my, let's see, I'll show you this real quick. It's a video I made on my Camber Films channel. That is my most viewed video. Almost 4.4 million views now. But when I first put this up it was up for about a year, and I didn't know much about tags or anything like that. And I went back in after I learned how to do this stuff and changed the title a little bit, like putting this stuff in: Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop the Feeling, Childbirth Parody, Can't Stop the Feeling. And then I changed all these tags up, and then all of a sudden I noticed, you see this thing right here that shows how many views you have. I wasn't on this channel very much. I was doing my tutorial videos, and I looked over and saw that I signed into it just to check comments and stuff, and it had like 20,000 views over the past 48 hours, and it just all of a sudden took off a year after I uploaded it. So there's no telling. All I did was change some tags and change the title a little bit, and the video took off. Unfortunately, it has copyright music in it, so I didn't get any money from that, because that would probably be worth like $15,000 or $16,000 based on the ad rates I get. So that kind of stinks, but you know, it's all good. So anyways, back to your video. That's good there. I mean, I like your title's good, but just as far as the tags, I would try to go in, like, obviously it looks like you're using Movavi and doing that, but the main topic of this video is, I'm assuming Movavi is a video editor, but the main topic is getting free music that's copyright free for your YouTube videos. So I would definitely, go more with that. Looking at these type of things, like I said, and getting more versions of those. So good thumbnail is important. Yeah, good thumbnail is as important as your title. Okay, think of it this way: the title is for the algorithm. Because most people, what catches their eye is a thumbnail. I mean, look at this thumbnail. Me on a bike, pulling my wife, who's 8 months pregnant, on rollerblades. I got that idea from Napoleon Dynamite for this video. But the thumbnail is what gets people to click. The title, depending on what it says, helps to get people to click, but the title is more so for YouTube's algorithm, so they know what your video is about, and the tags are even more so telling more options of telling YouTube what your video is about, and then including all that stuff in your description is going to help that as well. So when you come down to this, so it looks like you have some of your tags in here, so that's good. I would try to make this just a little bit longer and try to put a few more tags, work them in there in a way that makes sense, like that you have timestamps. So this is all good. You have coupon codes. So it looks like you're working with a company, I'm guessing, so that's cool. But just like we're saying, this thumbnail is a good thumbnail. I mean, you have you right there holding the money. It says what it's about. You got the money with the X in it. The one thing I probably would have done is just hold the money a little bit more to the left. Make this bigger so that it comes out further, and then bring yourself over some too, so you're not right up against the side. So maybe you would be right about here, this would be right about here, and just make it a little bit bigger too. For example, I keep coming back to my videos because I know what all my thumbnails look like, and it just pops in my head right off the bat. So come to my videos here with like this one. I'm not as big, like I like the way the money doesn't stand out as much in mine as it does in yours. And since in your picture, you don't really have, it doesn't matter too much if you copy up the notes because people still know what that is, but then you can make the money even bigger because just money is one of those things that stands out to people. So, if I was to do mine again, I would probably try to get the money closer to the camera so it's even bigger. But I knew ahead of time I wanted to put this in here, so it just depends on what you're doing. It works. This one's been gaining a lot of views lately, like 8 months after I posted it. But I'm not saying your thumbnail is bad. It's really good. It got my attention. I like the colors, the changes in the colors, the words are big, everything. It's good. So your theme on your thumbnails is good. Having yourself in them, making sure that people know who you are. Like the zooming in and out with I like how you have the background there, because that just makes me think of zooming into something like you see in a movie or something. Motion tracking, okay, that's cool. It's obvious what that's about. And I like how you changing the background behind you too, because a lot of times I started doing that a lot on my fitness video thumbnails, because a lot of times the background can be distracting, but you just change the color of it so that you can't tell as much what it is, but it's something there that, it looks like it's a timeline video editing behind you, but I don't know, it just makes you stand out more, so that works. And like this, it's not a plain background, you have a little bit of stuff there, so that's good. Like this one I don't like as much, these two thumbnails here, those are older ones, but I like the theme that you have, like with here, this text here, the text you have up here with the copyright free music, this YouTube intro text. This text is just, it doesn't stand out as much to me, and it looks more like your face isn't as bright compared to these ones. So you definitely want to make sure that you stand out from the background, because this, you look like the same brightness as the background. I like that one, blur moving objects, that's pretty cool. So good job on your thumbnails. That's really good. Like this one, there's nothing wrong with this thumbnail. It says what it's about, but at the same time, when I compare this thumbnail, and it's only your fourth one, to the one before it though, this one looks way better. So spending that extra time on thumbnails can definitely help. And then, I guess you don't have your subscribers shown if you have that hidden, but it just takes time to build views. Like, looks like this one, it was a video that did well for you. So I always tell people, do more of what works for your channel. For example, if you look at, once again, I'm gonna go to my playlists. Or first, I said I have the most popular videos here, 452,000 views on this one, and I just went to your channel. So I was like, okay, the memory card videos are working. So look what I did. I made 20 more videos on memory cards. I made ones for Sony cameras, because people always ask me, what's the best card for my camera? So it's like, I'm tired of answering this. I'm going to just make videos on it. So I made a list of Sony cameras. These are the best cards for these cameras. Same with Panasonic, Canon, Nikon, more Nikon, more Canon, DJI drones. Then I have some hard drives, and then things like, can I use an adapter with my card? Why does my camera stop recording after 30 minutes? Because people always think there's something wrong with their memory card, but it's not. You see, all these are have to do with memory cards pretty much. And those are my best performing videos. So, and they bring in money because people buy stuff and I get commissions for it. So double down on the things that work, even if it's not your favorite thing to talk about. You can bring in more people to the channel. You do one of those and you do something else, then do something else that has to do with that again, and then something else that you like. You do cartoons. Well, if you join my Facebook group, linked to the top of the chat, then you can get put in for the next, you can submit your name for the next time I do one of these for Perceptivision. So, I really like your thumbnails though. That's a really good job. It just takes a while to gain some traction when you start to. So you have one playlist here with 5 videos. You know, I would try to make more like motion blur effects. You could put that in there, and then this one just find as many videos that make sense to go in, and you want to have as many playlists as possible just so that people get into those and hopefully they keep watching. So channels, once again, you don't have to put anything here, but I just like to have something on every page. Same with discussion. Once you get to 1,000 subscribers, that can be more useful when you can actually post stuff and it shows it to your subscribers and their feeds. Then about, so it looks like you just joined and you've been doing really well right off the bat. So I would put more in the description here as far as, you know, what your channel's about, some of the tags, you know, just include them in there that you put in your videos. And then also I would add links to like Facebook, if you want people to get you there. Instagram for sure, because these are great platforms to share all those videos in, and it'll pop up here on your video. If I can, there you go, right there on the edge. So people see that on every page. But you're doing a really good job. I mean, just a few months in, channel's looking good. I wouldn't hide my subscriber count though. Don't be afraid of that. Like I started another channel. Let's see, back at the beginning. I keep doing this without clicking YouTube. Right here. So I started this channel back at the beginning of the year, and it takes a while to grow, but then people also see that your channel's growing and they're like, oh, this is awesome. And then it just kind of builds on each other. No reason to hide it. Don't be ashamed if you don't have many subscribers. Everyone starts at 0. But good job, Fawn, on yours. Just keep at it and keep doing well. Learn as much as you can about keywords, SEOs. Look at your analytics and see which thumbnails work well for you with text and all that kind of stuff. And just keep working on it. The one thing here, stuff like this, I would try to like put an outline, a glow outline around these hands, because I didn't even see those at first. I was first thinking, why is this thumbnail so much smaller? And then I just saw the hands there. So once again, try to look at it from someone else's perspective who doesn't know what your video is about. Hey, as far as submitting your channel, I have a link at the top of the chat with my Facebook group in there. Hey, you're welcome, Fawn. I will go in, and anyone who's requested to join, I'll approve those after I finish this stream. And then I try to do one a month. The last couple months I hadn't. I got sick with the COVID and just didn't do anything for a good 3 weeks. But I will post every so often, like a YouTube channel's review thumbnail in my group, like right here. And then people can submit their names here for me to check them out. So do that and you'll see them in the future. Thanks, Fawn, I appreciate it. I like helping out. It's good to have the interaction with everyone. Okay, so last one, we have Andy Gray. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry, man. I should have done yours first, Andy. I forgot you said you're in the UK, and now you've been sitting here for almost an hour waiting for yours, and it's bedtime. But here we go. So you like right here, Andy, he's got subscribers there, 369. You know, some of the first ones, 199. No worries. It's just a number. People will see that you're new, but you make good content. People are going to watch because people like to be entertained. So Andy Gray Films. So right off the bat, I see a camera. See him with the camera. See that. Obviously, it can be really. My first thought was seeing that is like, okay, is it a filmmaking channel? But then I see, you know, some of your video. Yeah, so it looks like you're giving video tips. So, you know, it might not hurt to have some other text up here like filmmaking tips and tricks, something like that. Nothing crazy. It's fine how it is, but just films in itself can be super generic. Like my Camber Films channel, I have vlogs, I have wedding videos, I have parodies I made, I have music videos, so it's super big. I don't do much on that channel. It's just for my own personal projects I want to put every so often. And I do short films on it, so being a little more specific on your banner here can help people, if they're just visiting your channel, if you're sharing it somewhere, know what your channel is about. So we've got uploads and shorts. So once again, I would definitely suggest on your home page, hey, look at that, Fawn. I just noticed, I was like, hey, there's her video. And my liked videos right there. Boom. Anyways, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm getting off track, people. So like I said, have the channel trailer there, and you had one, right? Okay, so I would definitely include a channel trailer. That's first thing. Just so it's one video that stands out above everything else, and you can pick what it is, and you can pick a separate one for new people coming in, and then also a one for returning subscribers. So you just click on customize channel here and it lets you do all that stuff. But then I would start off with popular uploads, like I've been saying for everyone else, then put whatever playlist you want after that. I would suggest having at least 4 different things there, just so that people have more options of stuff to choose from when they're looking at this. So let's move on to videos. I'm just gonna click on the first one. Do this now. I'm gonna go ahead and link your video for you, especially since I'm not gonna be watching the whole thing while we're here. So the one thing that'll improve your filmmaking quickly. So nothing wrong with that title in and of itself, but the one thing I would add to that is something like, I don't know, maybe put like a line there or a dash and like instant film, I don't know. There's so many options, like instant video improvements, filmmaking tips and tricks. Those one of those types of things, tips and tricks that people put in there that a lot of videos have, just because you have more space there, so you can put more keywords in there to help out. As I'm scrolling through here, you definitely want to try to reply to every single comment, which looks like you have. There's just one you missed there. And even when people leave mean comments, which I get a lot, I have a video on troll comments, a live video I did a long time ago, but I don't argue with people. A lot of comments I get are annoying at times because people ask questions that are literally like in the first minute of the video. So I'm like, did you even watch it? I don't say that, but I'm just thinking like, come on, people. But I try to answer in a way that I act like I don't realize they're being mean to me. So someone's like, man, you have an annoying voice. I'm like, well, thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna try to work on that in my next video. They're like, oh, I was just kidding. I'm subscribing to you now. I'm like, okay, cool. So you never know. You don't want to start an argument with people because you know how it is on the internet. No one ever wins. Everyone just gets mad, and then it'll make you look bad to everyone else that starts reading your comments. Anyways, let's look at video tags. So tips and tricks. So there you go. You could have that up here. Tips and tricks for Black filmmakers. I mean, you know, you could put whatever you want. You could get really in depth with that. So filmmaking basics, filmmaking beginner tips. I think that's a typo. Lumiz. That's supposed to be Lumix. Definitely want to make sure you have the right spelling on your tags too, so that it's not a wasted tag. But like this, videography, videographer, filmmaking, I would just completely take those out and replace them with something else, because we said with the other ones, if I put videography, boom, let's see what comes up. 70,000 subscribers. There's someone with 1,600. 394,000. 600,000. There's Peter McKinnon. Dang, he has 5.5 million now. I don't watch him very much anymore because I'm just not really into like vlog tutorial type videos. That's why I try to keep mine really precise and to the point, because I don't want to waste people's time. Like if I'm looking up 3 ways to improve my framing, I don't want to sit there and watch someone going on a hike and then tell me a tip, and then they go ride a one wheel for a while and then tell me the next tip. Like, just tell me what I want to know, please. And I don't want to waste people's time, but that's just my that's my thought process. Obviously not everyone's like that, but I don't want to waste people's time, except in live videos where I just start rambling. But people have a choice for that. So more so to say, just videography in itself. Let's look at videography, like tips. That's one of the first things that pops up. Videography basics. Let's put in tips and see what else. Videography tips and tricks, tips for beginners, tips for music video, for vlogging. So all kinds of options that pop up just from using the search function there. So try never to have like a one word keyword, unless it's something like, you know, when I'm doing camera reviews, Sony a6600, yeah, I'm gonna put that one in there because it makes sense. But then everything else is like a6600 video review, a6600 video settings, and try to do as many versions of that as makes sense that people would search for. And then, as I said with all the other ones, nice, you got all the, I'm guessing those are affiliate links, so great way to make money there. I do the same thing. Artlist, that's cool, working with them. So I would definitely include, you don't have to put it at the top, or at least at the bottom, a little short paragraph putting in, where's, I went too far down, there we go. Putting in your tags into some kind of paragraph form, just because you'll notice when I do, let me pull this up real quick. Just to show you guys what I do as far as the SEO stuff is concerned. So when I click on this last video I did, excuse me. So this is the score that it gets after you publish it, but when you're putting everything in, this is what it shows here. So 48.7 out of 50. I've rarely ever gotten 50 out of 50 with my tags and everything, but I have all my tags down here. So like this, it's a ranking number 3, number 4, number 7 for those different things. So I have all those tags in there, but watch when I take this out. This is the paragraph I put in the beginning that has a bunch of those tags in it. It went down to 40. So just by making this little paragraph right there that has a lot of those keywords in it, now it went up to 48.7. So as far as how accurate that is, you know, it's just something to gauge what you're doing. You can compare it with other videos and just try to get that score up as high as you can. That's using vidIQ, which is what these numbers are from right here. So that is what I'm looking at when I'm picking my keywords and seeing how that changes and all that stuff. So definitely that can help improve your SEO even better by putting a bunch of keywords in some kind of paragraph form that makes sense in your descriptions of your videos. It doesn't take that long to do. I used to take so much time thinking, how should I write this out? But now I'm just like, oh, let me see some of these. A6600 versus A7C. Why is the cost of this one more? And it's all the things that are, not all of them, but you know, some good 5, 6, 7 keywords that were in my tags. So cool, we talked about keywords again. We're done with that. Let's go back to here. As far as thumbnails, like this one, do this now. If I didn't know what your channel was about and that just popped up on my newsfeed, I'm thinking of Facebook now, popped up on my, whatever it's called, on the phone, on, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you open YouTube, I probably wouldn't click on it just because, since I already don't know what you are, when it just says do this now, that could have any kind of meaning, because I watch videos on stock market investing, I watch videos on fitness, I watch videos on filmmaking, all kinds of stuff. So do what now? What is it about? And obviously you look at the title, the one thing that'll improve your filmmaking, but like I was saying before, the title, or more so, the thumbnail is what gets people to watch your video, to click on it. That's the first thing they see, and then they look at the title, if they look at the title, because they may be intrigued enough. Like the title's something that's gonna help the thumbnail, but the title's also a lot for the algorithm to know who to show your videos to. So like this one, Lumix S5 versus Canon 90D. That's pretty obvious. I know what that's about. I would make the text a little bigger. A lot of times I like to put, if I do black text, I like to do a white border that's an outer glow. If you use, what's it called? Photoshop. If you use that, you put an outer glow on your text and it makes it stand out more. And the same thing if I do a white text, then I'll put a black outer glow or maybe red or something, depending on what makes sense. Like, I like to have this channel update with the text. Except for the text, I would use more like block type letters and not like the font where they get small here, like on the E and the C. Like I've been showing you guys with my stuff, like these big block letters. This is Scandia, SCANDIA is what I use for a lot of my text now. Like you can see a lot of my old videos, I did this, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I like these block letters. They just look a lot cleaner, they stand out more. So take that how you will. Like this one, when I first see this, obviously, I first thought it was, you know, about, I was about to say motocross, motorsport. But when I see it like video, the text, it just doesn't stand out that much. The same thing, I would make it big, blockier with some kind of glow around it. But I would have, if I was doing that or something, you could use that same background, but maybe have a shot of yourself kind of sideways with the camera pointing at them so I know, oh, he's filming them. Instead of like video tips, but I see motorcycles behind you. So it just, I saw that and it didn't really go together for me. It wasn't making sense. Motorbike racing B-roll. Look at some of the titles here. Thundersport Mallory Park 2021. So that's good. It tells what it's about. It's in depth. Beginner videography. See, motorsport video tips, I would put like beginner videography, like beginner sports videography, or because I think that applies to sports, but more specific on that title instead of just beginner videography, because that helps with the SEO more, and that's going to be even more specific for people that are looking. Getting close to the end here, folks. Wide angle B-roll. Like this one, I would make that white block. I wish you could click on these without it starting, but with the wide angle B-roll, I would make the white background a little bit taller and wider, because it almost, with it being so close to the text, it's just, it makes it harder to read. I'd like to see a little bit bigger and blockier, just so I can, I mean, not the text bigger, but the white background bigger around it so I can read it better. And like this, it's kind of really washed out behind you right here and makes the text, like the best, the white behind the best and settings, not really stand out as much. So it looks like you have a mix of tutorial stuff as well as some of your own, work on here. So just different things on here, maybe have a picture of the camera, Lumix S5 test, just little things that will help stand out, because a lot of people, if they're searching for that, they're probably going to click on it because it's, video tests that people wanting that camera will look up and find. But you really got to spend time on thumbnails and try to find, like I said with everyone else, think of what is going to get someone else's attention who has no idea what your video is about, and how can this thumbnail tell me exactly what it's about. Like virtual walk around, witchcraft area, Canon 90D, Blair Witch vibes. I see that cross there kind of, but it's just looks like a picture of the woods to me, almost like it could be a hunting video or something. So that's just my thought when I first see it. So I'm not going to keep lingering here. Let's go to playlists. So you have a couple playlists here, but it looks like from the variety of videos you have, you could do a lot more playlists because you have a lot of videos on here. So I would definitely make some more playlists and then add some of those to your homepage here along with the channel trailer. And channels here, like I said, everyone else, you don't have to have something here, but I like to have something in every area just for people to, you know, show who you watch, what you're into, that type of stuff. And discussion, once again, until you get to 1,000 subscribers, that will turn into this community tab here, but it's kind of useless at this point. You can put stuff in there, make comments, see if people interact, but unless people come to your page, they're probably not going to see it until you get to 1,000. And then about, so you tell people are about, make videos with these cameras. If you have any links to other stuff, like I'm sure you probably have Instagram, anything else, I would definitely put those links here so that shows up at the top so that people can follow you in other places, and that's just more places that you can share your stuff. So I think that is about it for all the channel reviews. Once again, for everyone, if you want to get your channel reviewed next month, when I will probably be doing the next one, join my private Facebook group, linked at the top of the chat. I'm also going to put it in the description or in the pinned comment at the end of this, and then I will approve you, and when I post this next one, then you can submit your channel to be reviewed. But just remember, the group is not for people to just come in and start posting your videos to try to get people to watch. It's about helping each other out with issues we have with cameras. Had someone just yesterday, or it might have been today, who was having issues with video quality. Once it uploaded to YouTube, looked a lot worse, and we're trying to figure out what the issues are there, as well as just people having new cameras, wanting to know what they should get, how to work different things. It's helpful. So we got that. Once again, I'm going to be doing next week some giveaways with mobile filmmaking setups, so keep a lookout for that. I'm going to have instructions on how to enter that so that people can just get started with their stuff and not use excuses on I don't have good enough equipment, because really you don't even need all that. You could set your phone up on a book. The microphone on phones are fine if you're close enough, but this stuff does help. Just having a little light there, having a better mic, and especially the little tripod, that's what I really like about it, because I use it a lot on my fitness channel now. It's just a lot less conspicuous when I'm out somewhere, pulling out this big camera, trying to set it up to get some shots where I can just hand my wife my cell phone while we're doing something, or I can hold it up. No one really thinks much of it. So don't make excuses, get your stuff started. I'm trying to work my screen here. Boom, there we go. So thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like, all that good stuff. If you're new, subscribe. And please watch videos when I post them, because I still, I'm going to come back to this and show you real quick, just so you guys see. I am on the wrong. I got my computer over there because the fan's going. I don't want it loud. But check this out here. My analytics, you ready for this? Audience, 2.8% of my subscribers actually watch my videos, which is why when I post a video, it only gets like a few hundred views within the first week, few days or something like that. You might think that's a lot of views, but when you have 25,000 subscribers, that is hardly anything. I'm getting the same amount of views on my fitness videos where I only have 800 subscribers. So look at this. It says subscribers who turn on all notifications for your channel, 14.5%, 3,700. And right here, notifications, even that. So at least 2,300 people should be getting notifications of my videos when I post them, but no one watches. So I don't know if YouTube isn't doing it or people don't watch, but I would actually like it better if I had fewer subscribers and the ones who are subscribed actually watch. Because if you think about when people, who are the first people that YouTube sends your video out to watch? Your subscribers, and they don't watch it, and then what happens? So like, well, their own subscribers don't even want to watch, so then it kills the video. So trying to reach people, help people out, but that is frustrating when my own subscribers don't even watch the videos. So if the type of stuff I make isn't interesting to you, then feel free to unsubscribe. It's not going to hurt my feelings. It'll actually help the channel out if you don't watch my videos to unsubscribe. So do what makes sense for you. But like I said, it's been fun. Glad to help you guys out. Facebook group at the top. And I will see y'all in the next one. If I can find my mouse. All right, bye everyone.